Well, a good Sunday morning to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome everyone to my home, the Sticks, and I hope everybody's having a good weekend. But over here in East Central Mississippi, old Dan is just waiting on Hurricane Ida. Not too much going on right now. It's supposed to get pretty bad this afternoon. It's a little windy and it's not too bad hot. Before we get started on today's video, I'm always going to say that if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And if you're returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over her, I sure enough thank you for coming back. Well, what I want to share with you and y'all today is, I think it's a good day to do it, because it's probably going to happen later on this evening. We are going to simulate a power outage over here at the home of the Sticks, and we're going to get the generator online and fired up to run the shop. So give me a second, and that's what we finna do's. All right, Dan, let's rock on. I'm gonna open up my fuse panel. Lights have just went out. There is nothing running at all. Everything is shut down. There's my main. The power went out. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna turn my main off. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn each one of these breakers off. Okay, everything on the service panel is in the off position, breaker wise. All right, and again, this is a simulation. So let's rock on and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, here's the iPower SUA12000EC on standby. What I have done is I've checked the oil in this generator. I've actually hooked up the negative to the battery, so this is hot. And I put about 5 gallons of fuel in this generator. So I don't know if you can see it, but we're about up to right here on the fuel level. Now, what we're gonna do is, before we do anything else, we know that the power is shut all the way down. We're disconnected from the power line. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook up the whip to the generator, and then we're gonna run it to the plug that's on the outside of the shop. And for informational purposes, everything that I'm doing, when I hook up this whip or this cable or this line to the generator is off. Everything is off, no power to anything. All right, we're gonna flip open our 30 amp cover. Goes in a certain kind of way. See, it's got that notch right there, so you have to just find the notch on the plug, push it in, and we're gonna twist. And that's what it looks like. We're gonna take our other end of the whip. We're going to plug it into our box that's on the outside of the shop. And it's the same way. The receptacle on the inside of this box has a notch. I'm going to find that notch. It's going to look something like that. So we have our whip attached to the generator on one end. The other end is attached to the shop. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fire up this generator and let it run for a few seconds. Let's do that. I'm going to turn our fuel on. Off is going to be horizontal, on is perpendicular. I'm going to add some choke. Let's fire her up. Alright. Alright. So the generator's running. We're going to let it run for a few seconds. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip our 30 amp double pole breaker, and we're going to commence the firing up the circuits that we want fired up. So let's do that. Okay, here's our 30 amp breaker. I'm going to flip that on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the refrigerators. There we go. I'm sure you're hearing the generator bogging down a little bit and then catching back up. Okay, our refrigerator's up and running. Turn on the shop lights. Fire up the sink lights. Don't need a pool pump. Don't need my shack to be on. I'm leaving the water heater off because we don't need it. Gonna flip on my bar outlets, my bathroom lights, my tool room lights. Gonna fire up the TV. We're gonna fire up the shop fans. Okay, I don't know if you've heard the generator. Well, I'm sure you can hear the generator. Well, let me shut the door. Okay, you probably can hear me just a little bit better now. I've switched on all of those breakers, everything that I wanted to run. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire up the AC and see what happens. That generator didn't even bog down in the slightest bit. It's just running at a steady pace. Didn't even hear it bog down. I got some AC running now. The generator actually just kicked on a little bit. I just put a load to it because the compressor kicked on for the AC unit, and it is blowing cold air. TV works. There we go. There's the news, and oh, you can see it scrolling right there. Yeah, something going on. Flash flood watch. TV's working. Deep freeze is on and working. Here's my other fridge. It's working. Okay. Last thing to check. Is the internet working? Yes, it is. I run cable internet over here, so the only way the cable internet goes down for me is if something happens with the actual fiber optic line somewhere in Jackson, Mississippi. That's the only way I lose internet service, or a power outage. Let's get the laptop fired up. All right, here we are up and running internet wise. Sorry y'all, I just have a slow laptop. Here we go. Internet is up and running in a power outage. All right, Dan, what happens next? I look out the window, I see the power truck go by. I walk outside, power guy stops on the driveway, he gives me the thumbs up, meaning that the power is back on. What do we do now? Okay, let's do that. All right, first thing that we are gonna do is we're gonna start shutting down all of these breakers. We shut the fridges down, shut the LED lights off. Oop, and then they got dark. And noisy again. Let's shut all of our breakers off. Shop fans off, 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 off. Okay, everything's off. Now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shut our 30 amp double pole for the generator. We're gonna shut it off. So everything is shut down. Still shut down on the main. Ooh, starting to cloud up out here. Look at all that. Yeah, bad weather's supposed to move in about 3, something like that, and last probably till tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday. So I'm gonna let this generator settle down for a couple of minutes, which it's doing right now. All right, let's shut it down. Shut this fuel off. Generator shut down. And what we're gonna do is now and only now, generator shut down. Power company main is still in the off position. Everything is off. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect our whip from the shop and the generator. Let's do that. Okay. Gonna unplug our generator. Our cord from the generator easily. Gonna roll up our whip, put our generator back into storage until it's time to use it. All right, now that the generator is disconnected totally from the shop, the 30 amp breaker shut down, all we got to do is throw the main in the shop because we are back on county electricity because the county guy gave me the thumbs up. Gonna throw our main breaker. Gonna start activating all of these loads in the shop. Grill, dryer, TV, my tool room, bathroom, my bar outlets. Generator stays off. Now we are totally back up and running on county power or grid power. All right, there you have it. Worst case scenario, I lose electricity over here and I have to rely on a generator to power my shop. The install on the box and the wiring of my service panel turned out really good. Nothing cut afar, thank the good Lord. and the generator works really good. That iPower generator will power everything in my shop. Everything that I need, I can show enough power with that generator. Now somebody may ask, Dan, how fuel efficient is it? At 50% load, it'll run for 10 to 11 hours. As far as, and you noticed how loud it was, that's one of the drawbacks of this generator is the muffler system on it. That really doesn't bother me at about 23 feet, which is about where I have it at. About 23 feet, it's running at 74 dB. Does that really matter? No, not at all, because when you have a power outage, it don't really matter how loud it is, just as long as you have AC and lights. That's just my opinion. I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm creating this video on Sunday. Today is Sunday, August the 29th. I'm probably going to try to get this, depending on the weather, uploaded Monday or Tuesday. But I'll also shoot some video. I'm a weather freak. Just, it is what it is. I'll probably take some video of how the weather is acting over here in East Central Mississippi, just to show y'all come time. So again, I hope everybody is having a show enough good Sunday, and I hope everybody stays safe today amid this crisis that's still going on. All of you and y'all that are in the path of Hurricane Ida, Godspeed, and I hope everybody stays safe. It looking like it's gonna start blowing in here in a minute. With that being said, you know it's coming down. Refresh, sure enough, always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. I mean nobody. Even Hurricane Ida can't let it dull my shine. I'm good to go now. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.